Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is National Tesla In The Gong. Here we are in Chatswood Tesla Service Center, and in front of us, or besides me, is the Tesla Cybertruck in all its beauty. And this is the Foundation Edition. This is an absolute gorgeous beast, I must say. I have seen this in person in the Peterson Museum in USA. I did a 3-part coverage of that in my channel. And that was the prototype, and this is the production version in all its glory. And we're going to show you a lot of interesting details, so do not skip any segment of this video. I'm going to go in detail into the design language, into the way it's built, some of the problems that people are being citing on the online forums, and everything else in this production version of the Foundation Tesla Cybertruck in all its fresh here in Australia. Let's do this. First up, let's start front and center. This is the front face of the Tesla Cybertruck. I'm going to show you key differences between the prototype and this one. The first thing that comes in view, or that catches your eye, is this gorgeous near single piece LED light, and it has an animation as well when it comes on and goes off, and that is a cool thing. The first difference that you see from the prototype is this one, this piece. This is new, and this sort of juts out. You can see there is a bit of space between my hand and this front piece in this new production version, and this was added on for collision purposes because previously it was near flush, and this was added on, and this recess is new too. So because of this recess, they're able to incorporate some extra lights and repeater lights here, which can be seen when the indicator lights are turned on. You can actually see them on both sides, and these are matrix LED lights. You can see them there. You can see that these are matrix lights. There you go. Let me just change the camera angle there. You can see the lights. That is awesome indeed. Now here, I believe, is where the number plates will go on, and so the front cameras are off center there. There you can see them, and this is the intake valve that is here, that is seen here. That's really cool. And these are the tow hooks that are there. If somebody has to tow a Cybertruck, somebody has to tow this beast, that is how they would probably do that, and that is awesome. There you see that. Look at that. Look at that. Now, let's go a little bit closer. Now, let's look at the front as well. So this is probably a very, very detailed look at the front there. You can actually see there's a bit of jutting out of this metal piece. You can see that? It's slightly jutting out. So this particular panel is slightly proud of the bonnet or the trunk, of the frunk that is over here. And this is a single piece frunk, as you can see. It's a one single piece frunk. Even here you can see this edge is slightly proud of the single piece frunk that is here. Look at that. Now, even so, this is an engineering marvel in my opinion. Look at that, the way they have done this. It does have a nice thud to it, and that is awesome. Now, we're going to come to the side, and I want to show you some really cool features here and how the design language is sort of propagated across the board in this particular vehicle, okay? I'm not sure if many people have pointed this out. Okay, let's keep following this particular edge of the tire protectors or the tire well protector here. You see this one, it starts off slim, it widens there. I'm having my finger for reference there. It stays wide, it tapers down there, and then it becomes slightly wider as it goes down there, and then it becomes really wide there. You see that difference? So that is what the design language is all about, isn't it? Leaning into a particular design language. In this case, these are sharp lines that the car is made of, or the Cybertruck is made of, but they've still lent into that design language like so. You can see that. That is really cool. That is really cool. And as we come across here, the repeater camera is right there. That is it. That is the repeater camera, and it's sitting inside a slight recessed well there. Beautiful indeed. I'm going to come to the side of the truck, and you can see there is the indicator light here. It is inside a recess there. The recess formed by this particular jutting out a fender there, and that is what you see there. Now look at this. These are Goodyear tires, and they are 20-inch rims with 35-inch tires, and they are absolutely massive. You can see that it's absolutely massive. And you see that there's a small little jutting out sort of screw there. People have been, giving Tesla a lot of grief for this particular screw. I don't think it's too much of a problem. Even with this is a massive, massive set of wheels here. I want to show you something else interesting over here as we come down. See, this is actually a separate piece, you see. This is a separate piece to the front fender, and this is to protect the wheels from any damage during highway conditions. And it is actually a removable piece. It actually just is fixed by these two little clips, and this will actually come off, is what I think. And that is pretty awesome indeed. That is pretty awesome. So there is so much going on in the design language of this car. Now there's something else I have to show you. I'm going to go into a wide angle shot. There you go. Let's do this wide angle shot, and then I'll talk to you about this. You see, the entire side is made up of just 3 pieces, and I'm going to show you the 3 pieces now to you. So this is a single panel. This is one single panel. This is one single panel going all the way across there, and it ends here, okay? And this is the second panel, which goes across like that, goes all the way there, and it ends here. And this is the third panel, this one. This is the third panel, which goes like so, and it ends there. Of course, the doors are separate, so we're not taking that into consideration. But the side is formed by just these 3 panels. But look at the precision with which this panel is mounted. You see that? You see that? Let me go there. Look at that precision with that. That mount is phenomenal, in my opinion. You see that design language we talked about over here? It actually extends to this panel too. You see this panel? It widens and it folds ever so smoothly, and it folds one more time here. Now, there is a recurring theme that you probably have noticed it already, but I'm going to point it out to you. When I go to the side and I adjust the angle, you see this metal is an absolute fingerprint magnet. There's so much of fingerprint in this vehicle. When I go onto the wide shot, look at that, look at that. It is so evident when you go a little around and change the camera angles like so. Look at that. Okay, and one more repeater camera, which is front and side, that is in the B pillar there. And these are the open and close buttons there. You can actually, there's a little bit of give. This door is locked. It says, tap key card to unlock. And this is the rear opening as well. There you go. That is it. Side profile going down, looking at the side wheels, rear wheels, 20 inches with 35 inches of wheel diameter there. Really awesome. Now, there's one more recess here into which a L-shaped signal light is there. This is for the turn signals over there, and this is a recess too. And even here you can see that this particular panel is slightly proud of the trunk as well. There you go. But that is because these sheets are massively glued together under these black panels that are there. You can actually, when I rotate the camera, you can probably catch the black panels inside a little bit over there. But that is how these are mounted. Now let's look at the rear. I'm a huge fan of these single bar tail lights, and I believe the turn signals will be reflected here as well. Of course, if and when it comes to Australia, these will be changed to yellow, and this, I believe, should be changed to yellow as well based on our guidelines. And this is the tunnel or the tonneau there. That's it. And these are controls on the left side over here. One is to bring down the actual trunk, and then this is to retract and close the tunnel or the bed cover. That's that. Let's come a little closer. This, I believe, is where the toe panels will go in, and this is where the number plate should go in, and there are matrix lights here too. There you go. Pretty darn cool. Really cool indeed. And this is where the rear camera is. It is on the tunnel. And you probably have noticed that once the tunnel is closed, there's no way you can see through the, the rear facing a rear mirror. So the camera is what will be useful in that case, I believe. This is a foundation series, and it is finding its pride of place here in the right rear panel of the trunk, and it also is on the right side over here near the repeater cameras there. That is pretty awesome. Sweet indeed. Absolutely sweet. All right, guys, now we can't really open the car, I believe. I have tried, I have asked, but I believe it can't be opened. But I'm going to go nice and close. You can see the, the inside of the vehicle. You see the cup holders are Cybertruck themed. There are maybe coin holders, as they are called, or you can have your phones there. I wonder if they are charging pads there. I hope they are charging pads. You can see that the accelerator panel or the accelerator pedal and the brake pedals are metal, just like in our performance vehicles. And you can see that there is loads and loads of space between the seats as well. So it is a two-seater in front, but there's loads and loads of space for keeping things there, and that is awesome. Now, if you look at this white panel too, look at that. Look at how gorgeous it looks. It looks really, really awesome. You can see that is a gorgeous piece, and you can see how slim that um, you know that panel is. The dash panel, I believe it's 17 inches. The center console panel, it is super, super awesome indeed. That's so cool. That's so cool indeed. There you go. There you go. I'll go to the other side and show you the steering wheel in just a bit. But before we go there, I want to show you a few more details of the controls in the door panel over there. You can see the controls that is over there. And it is a semi-yoke, as we can call it. It is like a squircle steering wheel. We'll see the steering wheel in detail in just a bit. But before we go to the steering wheel, I want to show this one as well. This is the side view mirrors. It does not have cameras, of course, but these are side view mirrors, and the side view mirrors also have the same sort of an angular theme to them. That really is awesome. And there is another glass quarter panel to the side through which you can see those perforated the front panel. It's a large, large front panel going all the way across over there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Pretty awesome indeed. Now let's go to the other side and show you the squircle steering wheel. Here you go, folks. This is the steering wheel in all its glory. The squircle steering wheel. It does have the Cybertruck symbol on it, and it is sort of reminiscent to the steering wheel that we see in the new Highland or the refreshed Tesla Model 3 and Model Y that's going to come up very soon. There you can see that. It's got the two scroll wheels and all the haptic feedback buttons. You can see that the left-right turn signal is on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. It's got the high beam. It's got a four-wheel control after that, and then the other one on the right-hand side, the top right corner, is, I believe, the windshield water system. Below that is the voice command system, and then there is the I can't see the other two. I believe those are cameras, I think. But that two-tone finish of the steering wheel is pretty awesome indeed. And let's look at the top there. I wonder if I can show you that. There you can see, yeah, I can show you that. So that is the top light. It is a single bar of top light there. And you see that the rear is a single piece of glass as well. You can see the top lights there through the single piece of glass there. And those two corner lights that are the overhead lights, they are almost nearly a dot there, but they seem to throw a fair bit of light. That is pretty awesome indeed. That is pretty awesome indeed. And this is the rear, so we're going to go into the rear and show you the rear. That white panel seemed to go all the way to the rear too. There you go. And the lights are pretty sweet there. Yeah. This is not for everyone, but for people who love this, they're going to absolutely fall in love with this head over heels. That much is certain. And you can see that the center passenger seat, I believe you can open that and access the tunnel through that too. That is awesome. That's awesome. Pretty awesome indeed. Okay, I promised some more interesting features. I must say I have to thank my good mate Thandava for giving me all these details. Thank you, Thandava. Now you see the tonneau or the tunnel cover as we see here. This is actually powder coated metal. You can actually you can hear that this is actually powder coated metal, and this is not a simple slat that you see here. It is actually having structural strength to it, and that is because of the width of this. And that is what Thandava was talking about in one of my conversations with him, which is pretty awesome because of the width of each of these slats. Unlike large slats, which are more flimsy, these smaller slats, when they are closed, when the tunnel or the tonneau is closed, they actually enhance the strength of this, and that is why you see so many reviewers standing on it and jumping on it, and even so it does not cave in. If it is any other panel, or if this was not made for structural strength, then this tunnel would have caved in with a 85 90 kilo man standing on it. But this does seem to support a fair bit of strength from our videos that we've seen online of the US counterparts, and that is because of the structural integration of these slats into the actual strength of the tunnel cover or the tonneau cover, and that is awesome. Okay, you remember this? We showed you the recess with the blinker lights for our indicator. I think by ADR guidelines, by Australian Design Rules guidelines, this will not fly. I believe so. If you guys know more details, leave your thoughts in the comments below. But I believe it will not fly. You do need to have some sort of indicator repeater lights somewhere here or maybe here, so that it's clearly visible. Previously, remember in our Model 3 and Model Y, it will be incorporated within the repeater cameras, which used to be over here, but now it is not. So I believe this will not fly. So that is something that has to be thought about by Tesla as well. Again, I'm showing you the fingerprint magnet in all its glory. That's quite clearly seen here. But you see, this is so cool. I can't get over this. The way, the precision with which this super tough metal has been sort of, made to seem really seamless. Okay, you remember we talked about the wheels, but there is an interesting little anecdote about these wheels. These are 20 inches wheels with 35 inches tires, but you will notice that they are 20 on this side, 20 in the front, 20 on the other side, and 20 on the other side as well. So these are a squared setup. They're not staggered. But if you see every other performance version like the S3, X or Y performance, they are staggered. So the rear two wheels are different size to the front two wheels, but in this case it's a squared setup. But the Cybertruck is actually faster, I believe, by a few microseconds than the performance Model 3 as well. So what is the staggered setup doing in those performance tires, and this is a squared setup? Now, that is something that we should think about, isn't it? Maybe we should ask this of Tesla as well. Okay, look at this. We have to see this as well. This is how the windshield wiper is mounted. And this is one massive windshield wiper. You can see that there is the glass, and there is sort of a glass plastic setup here where the windshield wiper is mounted over here. And look at the windshield wiper. It goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on and on and on. When you actually lift it up, it actually flops like so. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That is one absolutely massive. It almost is like a windmill kind of a, windmill blade kind of a windshield wiper here. That is super duper indeed. This is really cool. So you can actually pull it up like so, and it flops up like that. Look at that. Now, I think we can see what this VIN number is. There you go. That is the VIN number. That is a 2100 RA002100. That's the VIN number of this particular foundation series that is here with us in Australia. Pretty cool indeed. Okay, now let's look at these. These are the mounting places for, for adding accessories. But there's a cool feature here. You can actually pry this up with maybe a plastic pry tool or something. But there are already cabling inside this for accessories pre-built into these spots, and that is the cool part. And the beauty is there is two here for the tonneau, for the tunnel or the bed. There are two mounting points or mounting rack slots for this on each side, but there is also a separate set of pre-built mounting points here for the roof as well. So if you want to have roof lights or anything on the roof, maybe the tent or whatever you want to do here, or separate tent from third parties, this is also pre-built, and it is also cabled. There's also a cable inside which is fully pre-built for it to work straight away. So that is pretty cool indeed. Okay, guys, we did talk about this, isn't it? The front camera or the nose camera. I'm going to go slightly underneath there, and you can see there's a hole there. See, that hole is where fluid comes out to wash the camera as well. That is so cool to look at it in person. I wonder if it will come to our cars as well, because we would like to have that in our S, 3X and Y too, because the rear cameras get quite dirty with that. In this, the rear camera does not have this slot, but the front cameras does have it. Really cool. Okay, now I'm literally on the floor because I wanted to show you the under panel there. There you go. That is the under panel of the Cybertruck. But I believe there is going to be a separate, waterproof package and a rock package, so to speak. So if you want to take it for hardcore off-roading, you probably do need that package as well. I just wanted to show this underneath there. So that is the underneath. That is the underneath of the vehicle. I'm going to just flip the camera around and show you the underneath there. But you can't use this to do hardcore rock climbing. I believe you do need a little bit extra. I believe it can just be mounted onto these points here, where you can just mount them there and add to the rock package too. That is a pretty cool anecdote that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, as you all know, this is a stainless steel vehicle with all the fingerprint magnets. Even with a tough metal like this, the precision is pretty awesome, but it is not brilliant. There are a few things that I showed you in this video as well, slight differences, a few panels a little proud of the other panels on the other end of the car. I believe this will all be solved by the time we get here in Australia, this Cybertruck. And I'm hoping that maybe we'll get the Cybertruck from Shanghai, where the precision is much better. But even otherwise, they will iron out all the problems before we get it here. When are we going to get it? Well, you see, this one, it looks as if it looks like a measuring caliper, but behind this is the panel onto which this is stuck. So the stainless steel is actually stuck behind a machine pressed panel, and behind this there is a Cybertruck symbol and a hammer symbol. Most of you know what the hammer is for. When the Cybertruck was actually revealed, they did use the hammer, a sledgehammer on this. Well, they have it behind this. It is a Easter egg that we all can look out for. In case we get the car and you want to remove this panel, there is probably a little bit of Easter egg behind this particular panel too. Something to look out for. Okay, these doors, they actually open 90 degrees all the way out there, because the cargo tunnel is underneath. So to pull out the cargo tunnel, this one goes all the way 90 degrees. It's somewhat like the Lucid as well. I've shown you the Lucid video before, a Lucid Gran Turismo, and that actually opens 90 degrees. In this one as well, it opens 90 degrees. And I believe that the seats are also slightly different to a Model S and Model X and 3 and Y as well, because these two rear seats, or the three rear seats, they are jump seats. They actually fold up as opposed to folding down like in most of our cars that we have here, the most of the Teslas. So this one actually opens up like, and then the the tunnel can be brought out, or the cargo tunnel can be brought out. Really cool, the design. I was really wishing that we can open this and check all this out, but yeah, there we go. Okay, actually they turned off the lights in the Chatswood Service Center so you can actually see the interiors more clearly. So I thought I should refilm this to show you guys. We already talked about all of the details, the large screen as well, the Cybertruck themed cup holder, and maybe the phone placement device or phone mat there, all of that. I just want to show this in real cool detail because now that the lights above have been turned off, you can see more details over here. That is pretty sweet. That is pretty awesome. That is really cool. Let's go to the rear and I'll show you some more of the rear details there. There you go. That is it. More details of the lights, the top panel, the top glass, and the bottom there as well. There you go. So there's no glare from the lights above, so a little bit more detail for you. And I believe there's you can see the rear second screen as well, the rear screen. Let's probably show the camera around a little bit to reduce the glare a little bit there. There you go. That's the rear screen. It's not turned on, I'm afraid, but we did try to open the car. We did try to get it opened. We asked many times, but yeah, unfortunately, this is the case. In Chatswood, they're throwing us out here on the last day. But I want to show you something else. You see, the word Tesla or the logo Tesla does not feature anywhere inside nor outside of this vehicle. That is so cool, isn't it? Let's see the front there. Look at the lights. So this is what it will look like when you drive it on the road at night. Imagine you're on a highway and you're driving this. The car who's coming on the other side is going to think, oh my God, we are actually in Mars or something, some alien planet, this one. This is a alien looking vehicle for sure. Here you go, guys. So that is it. This is the Cybertruck in all its glory. I could not get it open, I'm afraid, but if I could get it open, I would have gone in and given you more details, but I believe these are some of the most important details that most people here in Australia want to hear about the Cybertruck. Now, there's one other detail they may want to hear about. Will this come here? Now, I don't see any reason for it not to come, but how long will it take? Your guess is as good as mine. We'll wait for it. We'll wait for Elon to give us some update on this. Until then, this is Nash from Tesla In The Gong signing off. Peace.